Hi, y'all. Not going to lie to you. I don't hate the news. I just think it's useless and a total waste of time. Reporters don't pick up on the things that I notice. They don't actually share the details that I would care about, the things I want to know if I'm not there or if I can't be there. Everything that I want to know is usually found on Twitter or Reddit or the whisper networks that are increasingly difficult to trust. So sources really matter. And in a time when sources matter, you have to ask yourself, did this piece of information come from an eyewitness? Did that eyewitness say that he has diplomatic immunity from Genovia for his service defending Wakanda? This is why I say sources matter. More than that, the information that we choose to share is worth examining, especially if the news does not think it's worth covering. Now, I'm a mom, and if you're watching this, you're probably young enough to be my child. Not just in Tennessee, but pretty much anywhere. I'm also a coach, so I care about objectives, strategy, winning, and making sure that the game does not end too quickly on a technicality. In a former life, I lived in post-Soviet Russia and post-handover Hong Kong, studying the foundations of economic and socio-political stability. Say that 3 times real fast. Everything I'm seeing right now here in Denver, I've seen before, and it ain't good. So this is a dry run of what Mama Coach and the people in her network, including Mama Bear, want you to know about the Denver protests this weekend and considerations for the week ahead. If you like this sort of thing, let us know. We're toying with ways to keep reliable information flowing until the revolution ends. Not only we'll be doing this in broadcast form, we are looking at releasing this as a podcast, and there will be closed captions added. If you have other considerations, again, do let me know. 1 second while I get ready for the recording part. Cut. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Black-owned business Ice Cream Riot. You scream ice cream, we all scream when we realize my husband bought us milkshakes for dinner from Ice Cream Riot. The temps may be freezing, but Ice Cream Riot is so damn good you just won't care. 1238 East Colfax. Grab some Ice Cream Riot today. Leading into the weekend, there was a lot of social media hype about the 100 days of protest and a whole lot of hype about the alleged white supremacist response. Both facts were posed as warnings and threats, and neither threat materialized. The weekend protests were small and entirely peaceful. Zero property damage. Big win for local business owners. Was the white supremacist threat real or just a scare tactic? We don't know. We saw the same post about the book club meeting on Instagram that you did. What we do know, their buddies, the police, were prepared for big solo action. On Monday night, SWAT station along Larimer scared the melanated mic participants off shortly before the bad weather kicked in. On Saturday, organizers held a vigil for the Diol family on the Capitol steps. DPD Chief Paul Hazen attended and swore the police would not rest until justice was brought to the family. We're going to hold you to that, buddy. Organizers for the Diol family will too. Not 2 hours later, DPD took a break from solving this particular case and other crimes to harass protesters and arrest a Buddhist nun. Kelsang is a grandmother of 3 who's been a constant presence at the Denver actions for the past 6 years. She was one of 3 arrests that night. All 3 protesters were identified by their clothing. Protesters, remember, dress in layers and do not ever walk alone. Now, we've heard the same rumors that you have about the hit and run on Saturday night. Until those rumors are confirmed, we're going to let the media cover it, hopefully just to call out Sean King, if for no other reason. This week, City Council is taking a break from making stupid racist statements they just won't redact and bullying Candace Tabaka for being smarter than they are. They'll be back in session next week. Once the clown show continues, our coverage will as well. Thank you, by the way, Paul Cashman, for the clown show phrasing. Clowns are stupid and scary AF, and that's an apt description of our city council. I'm truly jealous I didn't come up with it myself. The sudden drop in temperature caused DPD to cancel scheduled unhoused sweeps. Thanks, guys, for being great big babies. It's a good thing for our homeless counterparts, our unhoused neighbors. If you can, please donate cold weather supplies like tents, tarps, and blankets to Denver Homeless Out Loud. Their offices are located on California and Park. We'll be back a little bit later in the week with your Buddhist grandma at the end of this short, slow week to tell you what you need to know and how to prepare for this weekend. Like, make sure your emergency contact knows that means that they got to leave their ringer on, for fuck's sake. Remember, trust no one, question everything, and fight the power. All right. That's it. That's the weekend roundup in a nutshell. And considering how many sources of information there are and how hard it is to reach people, we thought it made sense to have something centralized coming, filtered through our networks and out of my mouth, since I was a public figure to begin with anyway. And there's a lot of news worth sharing that needs going to come from good sources who cannot be public. So never really wanted to be a journalist. I was kind of the opposite of that, but I am all about making sure people have good, accurate, actionable information. And right now we're not getting that, or it takes too long to find, or it's too much effort to bring together. We also want to highlight BIPOC organizers, events, and local businesses, just giving them free advertising spots. So Ice Cream Riot, for the record, they did not pay for that spot. No one will ever pay us for advertising. I don't believe in that. I just think it's kind of gross. There's got to be a better way of doing things. This is a labor of love. I don't want to make money from it. If we do get to the point that we're going to donate 100% of it. But right now, Ice Cream Riot is just damn good ice cream. And my husband did, in fact, buy us Ice Cream Riot milkshakes for dinner 2 nights ago. And it was the best night ever. So anything that, and it's a Black owned business. So we want to highlight things here and really get this in front of the Denver protest community, make sure that you have the information that you need in order to stay safe. This is a labor of love, not just from me, but on behalf of the Wall of Moms. But it's don't want to brand it with that, not official. Just want to make it really clear. If just because I'm showing up here does not mean that I'm necessarily acting alone. It means I lived in Russia for a real long time, y'all. I have zero expectations of privacy. If you really wanted to find me with me, you could do that. But rest assured, you ain't the first, you ain't the scariest, and I will be ready. Let the games begin, y'all. And there is no such thing as diplomatic immunity from Genovia, Wakanda, or a few other things. You might want to Google the country diplomatic immunity from if someone tells you that they have that. It's probably the best piece of information I could give you today. But let us know what you think. Do you like this? Would you subscribe? Would you want to have more of this? Tell us in the comments. If you don't find this particularly useful, that's totally cool. But, if you do, there seems to be demand somewhere. Otherwise, we wouldn't have thought of it.